So I'm really delighted to have Northampton host this ELESIG event. Northampton and Rob Howe and the team were one of the kind of founders, hello, come on in, of ELESIG and host the ELESIG Midlands group. So very much appreciate them hosting this thing. And we've run a number of different events this year on different themes. And the theme for this event, our intention was digital journeys and trying to bring people together from schools and FE and HE to look at the work that's been going on to uncover learners' experiences of using technology in all those different settings and try and tie it together a little bit. So I'm particularly pleased to welcome Josie, who I'll introduce properly in a minute, who comes from the schools sector. And this afternoon you'll see we've got people from Northampton working in HE and also Liz Brown from Oxford Brookes University working in FE. So I hope we've got representation there. And part of the reason that we're recording the main sessions is obviously for all the people who aren't able to join us here today, but we do have an awful lot of interest following us online and want to watch the recordings afterwards. So for those of you who are not familiar with ELESIG, ELESIG is a special interest group for people who are interested in learner experience research, in conducting learner experience research, or following the results of it. So researchers themselves, but also developers and policymakers and managers and other people who are interested. We were originally funded by the Higher Education Academy several years ago, and although now we're much more independent, we've also have to thank our sponsors. JISC have contributed to a number of our events, so we thank them. And at the moment, we're mainly hosted by the Oxford Centre for Staff and Learning Development, where I work. So I just want to say a few words about ELESIG to kind of set the scene for the day and to explain why we've got the speakers that we have and the talks that we have. One of the things that we really focus on in ELESIG is the networking and the bringing people together and identifying the synergies between the projects that different people are working on. So that's really our first aim here. So please take the opportunity to talk to your neighbour and find out who else is here. There is a delegate list on each of your tables that you can take away with you and try and make sure you get round and talk to everyone. And other members of ELESIG have found this particularly useful to identify collaborators and get together with other people. But also we're very interested in building capacity for undertaking learner experience research. So although we're largely about trying to see things from the learner's point of view in terms of technology use, we've also over the last few years been quite heavily promoting quality research to underpin some of the decisions that are being made about how technology is used across all the sectors. So that's something to think about as well. We were launched way back in 2008, which seems an awful long time ago now. Last time I looked, we had 1,933 members. I'm going to try and catch the 2000th one. We had a certificate for the 1000th member, so I'm going to try and catch the 2000. We get about another 10 a week, roughly. So that's going up, increasing all the time. And do have a look on the website at the members and see if you can identify people who've got common interests as you or working in similar fields. So that's a really big part of ELESIG. But increasingly, ELESIG has created local groups. And in the last year or so, we've launched a couple of new ones, got some others coming. And so we have ELESIG Northwest, ELESIG South, ELESIG Wales, ELESIG Scotland, ELESIG London, ELESIG Midlands, okay? But if you're not from any of those regions and you'd like to think about launching a local group, then please do talk to me about it. ELESIG is run by a group of volunteers on the organising committee, and we have some of them here. So we have Vicky Dale, who will be speaking a little bit later, who's a member of the organising committee, and Amanda Jeffries, who has been a very, very long-standing member. And David Matthew isn't at the moment, but has previously been a member of the organising committee. So if you want to know more about the organisation, you can talk to any of us, or if you'd like to get involved, talk to us. We did a couple of years ago, we did a survey of what ELESIG members would like from us and the kinds of things that they did. And this was a summary, really, of what ELESIG members do and how they use the group. So I thought I would just show that to you and encourage you to think during the day about how you can use the ELESIG website, the resources, the membership, as well as the people here today to do some of these things. But you can see largely it's about keeping in touch with what's going on, sharing your own work and keeping in touch with other things that are going on. So what have we done recently? We had a fantastic Digital Futures event at Southampton in December, and this is Professor Mark Brown doing the opening speech from Dublin City University, the National Institute for Online Learning in Ireland, and the recording of that is available on the website if you wanted to go and watch it. So he was talking about the experiences of online learners from his previous work based in New Zealand, and also how he was taking that forward to Ireland. So a really nice international dimension there. So that was the launch event for ELESIG South, based at the South Coast. Some other things that we've been doing this year have been trying to formalise ELESIG a bit and give it some sustainability and some structure, because it has been run by this group of volunteers on quite an informal basis. So this year we wrote a constitution for ELESIG to say what our kind of governing body rules were, and as part of that we put out a call for officers of the organising committee. So we formalised having a chair, a vice chair, a treasurer, a secretary, as you might expect, as well as members, conveners of each of the local groups sitting on the organising committee. So through that call, we have managed to, or at our AGM, which is coming up in July, we hope to be able to appoint a vice chair, a treasurer and a secretary. We had good nominations for each of those. We have extended the call for the chair. So if anyone is interested or knows someone who's interested in chair of ELESIG to take over from me for a term of office, then please do have a chat with me about that, and there's details of that coming on the website on Monday. So here are some of our future plans. So Vicky and her colleagues are launching ELESIG Scotland very shortly with their launch event in July. The other date for your diary is our first AGM, which is open to all ELESIG members on the 13th of July, which will be an online meeting, a webinar to log in for a couple of hours, where we'll formally elect our officers and do some other business as well. And at the moment, although we have presences on Twitter and Facebook and SlideShare and CloudWorks and all the other places that you might expect to find us, mainly our resources are hosted on a Ning site, which we are well aware needs a refresh, and some people have already made some comments to me of the kinds of things they would like to see on or off it, so please do talk to me about that. So you can go to elesig.net and have a look at our website, but also tell me what you think of it. And there are murmurings about whether we should have an ELESIG online course, and we started a planning group for this, which is an online course about learner experience research. So if you're planning a small-scale study, perhaps, or you just want to be able to know where to find research and read it in a more informed way and think, is that a good piece of research or not, then we're thinking about, I haven't called it a MOOC, but maybe not massive, but we're thinking about an online course and whether there would be demand for that. We've got masses of resources on our website from previous webinars, masterclasses, events that we've had, and we think we'll be able to use an awful lot of those and put a little kind of wraparound structure into them to make a course that people can follow through to build capacity for learner experience research. So again, if you're interested in being involved or know someone who's interested in being involved, then let me know. So, dates for your diary. This is the third event, I think, for ELESIG Northwest. They've called it the Gathering of the Clans because they're bringing together other special interest groups as well as ELESIG Northwest. They've got the Association for Learning Technology Northwest SIG, the Alt Northwest SIG, and their Media Enhanced Learning SIG, all coming together for a day. And Nick Rushby, you may know, is the editor of the British Journal of Educational Technology, isn't he? And he's going to be talking about the kind of research that comes forward for his journal, which should be interesting. So you can follow them online as they tweet about it through the day and the bits that they manage to record and stream. And then ELESIG Scotland is linking into the quality enhancement themes, which are important in Scotland, with a theme of student transitions on the 6th of July as well. Okay. So, I've said lots of things. Get involved in ELESIG. Yeah, use your membership. These are some of the things that you can do. So we've got a really simple hashtag, which is just ELESIG. So please do tweet during the day today. That would be great. And you can also sign up, obviously, at ELESIG to follow ELESIG. We have a Facebook group, which at the moment is closed, so you have to ask for approval. But I think we've just about got everyone's agreement who's already in it to open it up, to have an open Facebook group. So you can join us there as well. And one of the features of the elesig.net Ning site is that everyone can keep their own individual blog about projects that they're doing. So if you've got something that you would like to share more widely, you've got an idea that you'd like to share with members, then do blog on our site and see what response that you get. I said that Northampton is hosting this event, and we're always very open to offers for people who would like to host events for us. So people here from other institutions who might like to offer an ELESIG event back at their homeland, then that would be great as well. We have had webinars in the past. Again, I'm open to offers about those and some other ideas of things that you could do. So I hope that gives you a little bit of background about what ELESIG is before we start the day.